I'm so happy to meet you face to face finally. What's your day, grand today? Wonderful. Now, it would do me much gratefulness if you shared these videos because it's time to heal. And justice, please protect all the worlds. For all of your divine gods, now say, I'll keep you Lana. Oh, keep you Lana. For we give you all of our love, gratitude, for leading us on the correct path, for teaching us your ways of striving. It's through your knowledge and wisdom from your trials that you come within us delivering messages so that we don't have to rely on other gods. Because we're operating out of our inner child. The wisdom and knowledge that you're instilling in our God. And for that we give you all grace. I'll keep you Lana. Now, as I'm understanding, the ancestors are telling me that first it begins with me speaking by asking your forgiveness for my being late. But for we understand that God is not there when you want him, but God is always there on time to bring clarity. That's you as a God. Because you're going within your God to search who you are, to begin to understand what is going on around you, to understand the illusions as to why you haven't gotten so far in your path, because they made sure you were stuck. So the ancestor said it starts off with giving gratitude. Because as long as we give gratitude through the chaos, we can always understand how to beat the walk. As a true divine God of speaking truth. Because we are happy. Because we are grateful for all things. And we choose to be grateful. And it's that gratitude that allows us to be happy within. Deuteronomy 3:8 states, the Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. But I will sit here under authority of the universe and ask the ancestors, is this verse correct? And it's not correct because of the simple fact that your Lord is yourself. Yourself is the only God that will go before you and will always reside within you. Your Lord, because you gain the knowledge through the lessons. Therefore, you shall never forsake yourself, your God. Therefore, we don't have to be afraid nor discouraged, for our ancestors is the ones guiding us. Therefore, we can always maintain happiness. And that's enough for us to get our crap together. For we are perfect just the way we are. It's how we utilizes the energy to bring balance upon the land, to free divine gods from the entrapment, the enslavement. For when you understand who you are as a God, you understand the planet you come from, the energy you withhold, so that you can reclaim your proper authority as Jesus promised. But we must gain the lessons and speak the truth, so that we always flow with the universe. Are we understanding about God? So the ancestors said, this is what they want us to do. Because we're getting it together now. We have the proper knowledge and wisdom we're gaining, so that we can lead our lineage with truth. We're letting go of the hopeless. For now we are happy. We don't have to be obsessed over anything. Because we're no longer shallow. We see the big picture. That now we have faith. Well, we don't have to have any finalities, because we left all of the negative energies behind. Because we understood the control that they wanted over us. The energy harvesting. Now we know who Lord is, because we gained the knowledge to complete the mission. Because we understanding that energy never dies. We're just reborn with a new birth suit. Now I ask you as a God, is that worth your faith? And truly healing with that now. To take your rightful spot as gods. Divine gods. Thank you, ancestors. They said, shallow refugees. Thank you, ancestors. Can you clarify? Shallow. Please clarify. Please. Shallow. Please clarify. Please. Thank you. Shallow. Please clarify. Thank you. Shallow. Please clarify. extract you all. Clarify, shadow, shallow. Non-fun. It says, 1 Peter 3:12. For the spirit of the divine is toward righteousness, and his ears are fit to their prayers, calling not. But the face of the divine is against those who do evil. They are hollow, empty, and they sit in boredom. That's why your prayers aren't being answered. See, people tend to think different things about spiritual tools. They're all used for good and evil. It's up to you as a God to decide what station you reside in. Psalm 35. Your story is not over yet. You'll soon laugh in the places you have cried. You just have to keep moving forward because the vine is within all of his gods. Therefore, we don't have to be hopeless. We live in faith. That's the only way for us to thrive. We have no fear, no obsessions over anything of the land. So how to connect with your higher self? You have to find a calm and quiet spot to spend some time in. So you set good intentions to make contact with your divine self. So you open to it and to receive positive energies of love in your God. Giving your God good inspiration. So that all the transformations of your God become aware with self-discovery and gifts of consciousness instead of sleep. For divine gods can do all things with the positive energy of the divine ancestor. Therefore, we don't have to have obsessions. We don't have to live in hopeless. Drink you some clove tea. It helps to kill bacteria in the mouth. It also expels mucus from the lungs and supports the immune system. So you will need a half of clove of ginger, 1 cinnamon stick, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, 3 cups of boiling water, and a half teaspoon of rosemary. Boil it on a medium high. Then steep the things for 5 minutes, then strain. If you need to add honey or agave to your taste. then it's your choice. There's no need to feel hopeless. As long as you're fulfilling all of your inner self to Him, from everything that's broken you. There's also a nature's moxa selling, where you will get 2/3 cups of apple cider vinegar, a half a cup of fresh pineapple, including the core, 2 inches of ginger peeled, 3 garlic cloves, 1 small onion chopped roughly, a half of a lemon peel included, 1.5 tablespoon of raw honey or manuka, 1 inch of turmeric with the root peeled, a half a teaspoon of basil, and a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper as well as black pepper. Then you will blend it very well and strain it. If desired, you can store in a glass jar in the fridge. It will keep up to 10 days. The dosing of that will be 1 to 2 teaspoons, 3 to 4 times daily, until you feel free of the symptoms. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm divinely guided. But these are all natural. That's your ancestors who say that you can partake in to see better things. So you don't feel hopeless. John 15:5. Divine is the vine, the blood that runs through His gods. We are the branch. We are the gods. For divine gods that abides with His energy. Those gods will be the ones that shall bear fruit. For with divine energy, His gods can do any and all things. We don't have to feel hopeless. Because within divine's energy, it instills within His God's faith. So that we see the unseen at all times. For we become conscious. Because we know who we are. We're just perfect. Proverbs 16:12. It is an abomination to kings to do evil. For the throne is established by righteousness. So how are you considering yourself as God in authority? Apricot seeds. They're rich in vitamin B and 17. It also has an anti-aging property. That's it. Do some research on that. Because you're perfect just the way you are. Psalms 41:3. The gods all will sustain themselves on sick beds. It's the divine ancestors that will restore us from our bed of illnesses. As long as divine gods acknowledge this, their call, not no other call, but the divine ancestors' call. We must answer. Once you know the truth, you are to utilize it. For Daniel 7:27. Then the sovereignty, power, and greatness of all of the kingdoms under heaven will be handed over to the fruitful gods of the Most High divine kingdom. Will be an everlasting kingdom. Therefore, our energy never dies. That's why all of the rulers that came before us, we worship and obey the divine Most High's power of energy. Because we know what our gods are capable of with the energy of the ancestors. Galatians 5:13. For you gods and goddesses were called to be free. But don't use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather serve one another humbly in love. For that's the highest power there is for divine gods. Philippians 3:21 says, divine transforms all his goddesses into a glorious gods and goddess like his energy. This happens through the same power that allows divine to control all things. Manifestations in peace. Knowing who you are enough to heal, to understand your journey this lifetime. You must understand who you are as a God and why you're going through the trials and tribulations. It's because Jesus never died. He has to build up strong gods to continue his journey, to speak out for times to come. It is time as you as gods to understand who you truly are. So clarity for your information. And faithfully, this has helped you all so much. We'll get into so many things. I don't know how much time I have in this life. I'm just so happy to be able to meet all of you face to face. And that when this video get out, you can all talk amongst each other. So we can begin to understand who we are and gain the true wisdom and knowledge. That's the only way to beat all of the adversaries. That's when you explore deeper within. So that we can use our freedom as sentence, as divine gods to do his will here on earth. That's the only way we're going to have happiness with it. We've explored our deeper motivations, the passion, truth, and being accountable for who we are as authentic gods. The OGs. So the ancestors said, Maybe. Maybe what? Just be careful for what you're wishing for. Because you have to remember the sovereignty, power, and greatness of all the kingdoms under heaven will be handed over to only the faithful God of the Most High Divine. The divine kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom for his gods. And all of his rulers will worship and obey him. Only his energy. Because that is the Most High. So listen, be careful for what you wish for. And that's why they're saying maybe. So you have to go with it. We're going to close out. I'm so happy again to meet all of you. All of you. And this is miniature. As I said, as you understand truly your purpose, Divine got us lined up so good for those that's going to get the lessons, so that he can have his plan to work out for him. Because he sees so much corruption around. And we had to be the ones that were singled out because he couldn't deal with us. The ancestors couldn't deal with us, so that we can gain that energy within to be able to be who we are and not to go by everyone in the world because we're singled out. So therefore we hear, see, and all spiritual gifts begin to come together. We were the all balls for nothing. We was the star, as Prince said. We was the stars. We can't get jealous over one person's gift or the other person's gift. You have to understand, we all have a purpose in this. We gain the knowledge from each other. You may have brought one piece of knowledge, but then the ancestors start guiding the other gods and angels and deities into play. We have to understand the universe and how it was truly created and what the energy does. Where you come from the day you was born. That's the energy you will hold as a Lord. So the ancestors said, what is it? One fun reason. What does you want to tell us? Spiritual warfare. Now this is good right here, Father God. And then I want you to sit back tonight and ask your God what you learned in church. Okay. And I'm going to ask you, do you know what spiritual warfare is when you get talked about in church? Well, spiritual warfare is a Christian concept that's describing the unseen. Do you understand what the unseen is? The unseen is energy manipulation, where there's a lot of witchcraft that's being casted out. And it's an ongoing struggle against evil forces. The more of them get us up under one term and us not discovering our own individuality of spirituality. Because in the Bible, it does state that Jesus states that the only way to him is through individuality, which is spirituality. And they don't teach that. That's why we have so many struggles against evil forces. That's because our families and friends and our foes with dark arts, they work with that because they don't want to see us go further. Because we have spiritual gifts that they've been siphoning from. They influence our life affairs. That's Satan and his demons. They're here. But if you don't know who you are spiritually within, you can't see the unseen. That's what the witchcraft is for, to block you from seeing the unseen. Therefore, you never understand what your life purpose is. Because if you don't complete it this lifetime, when you come back, it's harder. But in the meantime, they're siphoning from you your inheritance that you should have inherited, that the state, the government, is keeping from us because they built off of it. Oh, you understand? And they said that's what spiritual warfare is. It's all around you. The meaning of time, when you said, if you see the 12, it's could possibly be stating to you to stay positive and focus on the greater good of things. Release the negative energies, because when you're on God, you understand it's nothing but illusions, and your ancestors going to guide you the way out. You understand? That's where the faith come in. You have to heal. That's what they want you to do. So when you see the number 1313 on the clock, that is letting you know that they're shining on your life. They're smiling down on you. If you see the numbers 1414 in time, it could be telling you that it's time you started settling yourself with new goals and aims for your future. You need to begin to think about your actions. If you see the time number 1550, passion and sensuality will be awaiting for you once you pass the test. You're a generational class breaker. If you truly want things to go the way you want in your life, you have to pass the test this time. And to replace all of those things, you have to feel what hurts. Start loving on your inner child more. Because the benefit of burning bay, so they said, get you some bay leaves. At bedtime, you're going to burn it. Get you some tweezers and burn it. Every night, you're going to do that. And it's going to improve your physical and your mental well-being. One, it relaxes the anxiety and your stress. Two, it helps to reduce its inflammation. Three, it helps boost the immune system. Four, it helps to prevent diabetes. 5, it improves mental alertness. 6, it opens the airways. 7, it helps to enhance mindfulness and meditation. When burned, let smoke fill the room. Then inhale for 10 to 15 minutes. Understand? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale positive energy. I release it all negativity. Because divine energy is what controls all things. And that's the energy you want for your God, no matter what race, creed, or whatever you are now. If you don't want to have higher learning for your God, you will not move forward. Everything you've done will begin to spin. Because that's what we hear, what we are not true purpose. To clean the land up for the divine. He's been calling on you. The ancestors been calling you. Y'all don't listen. They want you to have true love. But you must listen to their government. And the only way to do that is to understand that you are the ones. You got to pass the damn lessons so you can get up there with the big man energy. And there's nothing more that they want for that. Jesus always come right on time. He watched the suffering. He watched all of the calls was busy. But he had to continue to go to grow his gourds and take it through all of the struggle to finally get to the core of the problem. So that his true divine God said to come on. Am I making sense to your divine God? Can you please share the video? Because the ancestors said, what is your this? So that's ridiculous. How easy it is. And I want you all to have a wonderful day's rest. They've been asleep too long. Kind of a fun this from the Old Testament. A race for freedom. What is it that you need the most? They said, Pharaoh's pursuit. After finally releasing the Israelites, Pharaoh changed their mind and gathered his swift chariots to force them back into servitude, slavery. He forced them, charging into the desert with horsemen and a mighty force. They rapidly closed in on the escaping nation, trapped between the oncoming armies in the Red Sea. The army of all of the divine gods. The Israelites trembled at the thought of certain duties. Yet Jesus told Moses, which was God, not to fear. In a dramatic show of power, Moses would use these dire circumstances to rescue all of divine's gods. That pursuit is what set the stage for one of Scripture's greatest miracles, revealing divine's mighty hand. The ancestor. For divine is the first. He was the first energy that created all things. Therefore, we must always give thanks. Gratitude to them first. For divine is the mighty energy of all light and dark. For he created all things with energy, peaceful thoughts, loving on himself, so that he can so he can recreate what he has in heaven, the celestial realms, the higher planet here on this earth. He grew up Moses because Pharaoh took advantage of him and trusting his energy and in his God. It continues on time and cycle. Because there was always a lineage left behind. Until divine stops all creation. We as God are to continue his mission. That's why Jesus never died. That's why Jesus can always get in contact with God. Through us. Therefore, the three of chalice. And the master of the banquet tested the water that he had been. What's that? I can't see that word. What's that? Turned into wine. He tested the wine. And this is card number 3. They all got merry and blissful when they tested the wine. So that was great communications and celebrations for operation. They was enjoying the nations and the natures gathered around being happy, partaking in the water that he turned into wine. Because Moses understood his mission. God has chosen Jesus reborn. Time and time again. It was energy before it was scared. Before the earth was created, that was the heavens. All energy. We understand why we are watched today. Jesus started off the last realm first. Now, closing out. Again, I'm happy to get here. Some days we're going to have some fun here. Laughs and giggles. But, again, share the videos. Let me get the truth out. So we get our children on the proper path. Because those are gods that we have to raise because there are Jesuses. And we can only do that by knowing the truth from and through ancestral love. They didn't walk the path God read. That's why we have to understand nature, synchronicities, how we feel when it happens, the mood phases. That's how we ought to call in what we're needing. How we call in the ancestors. And you will begin to see as well as feel within those guidance. And we're gonna, when he pull it out, what needs to be heard. We're gonna enjoy this. And know that the ancestors love all of us. They just want you to answer the call. That's the important thing. So keeping still in your guts. What is it that keeping still so we can close out? What do you think? regaining your focus is important. You have to travel your life matters that's distracting you from your goals. So Archangel Metatron, we give you thanks, gratitude, and love for protecting this God. He's going to help Archangel Metatron and you are to help you stand grounded. Archangel Metatron is going to need your help. That you're going to say before you go to bed for rest. Archangel Metatron, I need your help so that I begin to stay grounded. Always. Every night. Archangel Metatron is going to help keep you grounded. Because the angels are going to be healing you. So a time of healing is about to favor your life at this time. You have to accept the Archangel Raphael. We thank you for the healing within the God. Emerald green light will shine while you enhance your inner strength. Go out and heal all within by setting out that green light of healing. Archangel Raphael will call you in as the first God to continue to do your work as a God, as an angel, to increase our knowledge so that our education brings opportunity, so that we begin to take a course. We have to pick up a book of our passion, or maybe find a mentor to help teach us what our souls long for as God, not for religion.